This week on Bitcoin Backstage.
Bitcoin is an international asset.
Binance is in trouble. We do a deep mine on Bitcoin spot ETFs and catch up backstage with Caitlin Long.
This is going to be a long fight.
Leading the news, NASDAQ makes a major move in the crypto world. The stock exchange has submitted a revised application to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, seeking approval to list an exchange-traded fund, an ETF, by Blackrock Inc., a leading global asset manager. As part of this updated application, it is indicated that market surveillance for the proposed ETF will be provided by Coinbase Global Inc., a prominent cryptocurrency exchange. Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, is currently facing a crisis as key executives resign amid CEO Sao's handling of ongoing Justice Department investigation. Binance's General Counsel, Chief Strategy Officer, and SVP for Compliance are amongst the high-ranking officials who have decided to leave the company. This management crisis comes at a time when Binance is dealing with extensive regulatory pressure, a situation that is likely to worsen due to these departures. Switching gears, the U.S. courts turn their attention to crypto exchange Kraken. A U.S. judge has instructed the cryptocurrency exchange to disclose data about its users who have exceeded a trading volume of $20,000 in any year between 2016 and 2020. The required information includes names, birth dates, addresses, taxpayer identification numbers, and some transaction documents. However, the judge dismissed the IRS request for additional details such as users' employment status, net worth, and wealth sources, and he also refused to mandate that Kraken reveal data from anti-money laundering investigation. Overseas now, the Parliament of Slovakia has passed a new law reducing the tax rate on the profits made from Bitcoin sales to just 7%, a significant drop from the previous rate of 36 to 39%. This 7% rate applies to Bitcoin and other digital asset transactions held for a year or longer, according to the approved amendment. Furthermore, Bitcoin-related payments up to 2,400 euros annually will be exempt from taxation. The law, which will be implemented from January 1st, 2024, aims to encourage more people to declare their crypto profits, thereby potentially increasing overall tax revenue. Back in the U.S., North Carolina makes a step towards understanding Bitcoin better. The North Carolina House of Representatives has approved House Bill 721, which stipulates a study on the acquisition and potential advantages of virtual currencies, specifically Bitcoin. The study, called the State Precious Metals Depository Study, will focus on securely holding, insuring, and liquidating virtual currency on behalf of the state. The department is expected to report its findings along with any legislative or other recommendations to the Joint Legislative Commission on Governmental Operations by January 1st, 2024. So you may have been hearing a lot about Bitcoin spot ETFs in the past few weeks.
Bitcoin ETFs.
Spot Bitcoin ETF.
Spot Bitcoin applications.
But what is an ETF and how does it actually work? Well, let me tell you. An ETF is an exchange-traded fund. It is a type of investment fund and exchange-traded product traded on stock exchanges, much like individual stocks. An ETF holds assets such as stocks, bonds, or commodities, and is designed to track the performance of a specific index. In this case, the price of Bitcoin. The premise of a Bitcoin ETF is similar to that of a mutual fund. The price of a share of a Bitcoin ETF roughly tracks with the price of Bitcoin, providing you with exposure to Bitcoin without having to buy it directly, understand how it works, or actually know where to store it. They can be an attractive investment due to their low cost, tax efficiency, and stock-like features. They provide investors a way to pool their money in a fund that makes investments in stocks, bonds, or other assets like Bitcoin, and in return to receive an interest in that investment pool. Here's the tricky part. ETFs come in different forms. As of this particular case, we will talk about a spot ETF, which are also known as physical-backed ETFs, the ones that hold the actual underlying asset. The term spot comes from the spot market, where trades are made for immediate delivery. Over the years, many have tried and failed to get a spot ETF approved with the SEC. But as of June 15, 2023, BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, finally filed an application with the SEC for a spot Bitcoin ETF. After that, the floodgates were opened, and other companies like WisdomTree, Invesco, Fidelity Investment, and other companies have also filed. As of July 5th, 2023, BlackRock's actually had to resubmit their application because the SEC said they didn't name the spot Bitcoin exchange that the NASDAQ and the SIBO would have a surveillance sharing agreement with. So BlackRock, Fidelity, and the rest of the companies have since refiled and named Coinbase as the custodial surveillance partner of the spot Bitcoin trust. We are shining a spotlight on Caitlin Long, who is attempting to create a bank that would hold funds one-to-one in reserve. We asked her about her current lawsuit. How does it feel to sue the feds? Do you feel more powerful? You're like going head on with the big guys out there?
You know, it is a bit of a David and Goliath situation, but we've got unbelievable amounts of support from this community, and I can't thank folks enough. Every day I'm finding more people that are supporting us in material ways, and it's wonderful.
It's good because you don't feel alone. Sometimes I feel like many people are like, what, you're crazy, going against the big guys. But
oh, I wasn't afraid of that. That's the funny thing. We have tentacles at various levels, and we were told that they thought we would turn tail and run. And I thought, well, if they thought that about us, they didn't know what they were up against.
Exactly. We're bullish even in the bear market.
You bet. Yep. I mean, we got a ways to go. This is going to be a long fight.
It's a long fight. But speaking of fighting, what advice would you give someone in a bear market?
This is my third. I sat with, from an investment perspective, I don't give advice, but I will just share my story. I sat with big losses on my Bitcoin back in 2013, 2014 when Mt. Gox failed. And I just, doubled down, honestly. So it took a year and a half for those losses to turn around, and I never looked back.